Age is nothing but a number. I beg to disagree. In marriage, age plays a huge factor. You may disagree, but listen to me. When a man wants to get married, my candid advice to that man is to marry a woman that he is older than. Here are the reasons. You see, at some point in marriage, there's going to be something called see finish. There's going to get to a time where the woman sees you as her mate. She forgets that you are the head. You are going to pass through that stage. Now, if you are older than her, it helps you a bit. At least you still have a little voice to speak. But imagine a scenario where she's older than you or you are age mates. Marriage already creates that we are age mates mentality in women already. So you don't want a situation where you are older than that lady or you are on the same age with her and she now tells you that directly. Even a woman you are older, even a woman you are older than will tell you that this is marriage. We are equal now. Before you take any decision, you must let me know. That's a woman you are older than with so many years. Now you are talking about a woman who is older than you. Do you understand? Age matters. Let's look at the other aspect of how women, their biological clock is not the same as the man. Do you understand? A woman who is 20, who is in her 20s, who is in her early 30s, still has higher chances of, giving birth. But as the older a woman gets, even herself, the more scared she becomes that, when am I going to birth my children? It's easier when you are younger. I'll give you an example with myself. When I was giving birth, I was in my late 20s, right? The fear, the kind of fear I have today about pregnancy and all the issues around pregnancy, I didn't have that in my mind when I was giving birth at the time I was giving birth. Do you understand? So the more mature a lady is, the chances for her to become, have anxiety attacks and all those kind of attacks, the more, is likely to happen. Do you understand? When women are younger, they go through some processes without overthinking things. But the older they get, the more they now begin to realize themselves. They come to a place of self-realization. So it's better that this happens in marriage. When you marry a woman who is already mature, her patience level is even lower than a woman who is still young and who is excited about marriage. A woman who is older already has a lot, of experiences, is thinking a lot, already knows what a plan A and a plan B is, and all that shenanigans. So it is easier and better for you to find a young, dashing lady to get married to. You don't have to trap yourselves, with ladies who who they spent the good part of their years playing around and messing up and following all sorts of ideologies, and now they are older and they want to tell you that, oh, I'm the one that will stay. When you marry a younger girl, she discover herself in marriage. All those are lies. A lady who is well groomed, who is well raised, who understands the what marriage is, will stay with you. I was young and I cannot tell you now that, oh, I've discovered myself. So in discovering yourself, what happens? You jump out of a marriage and you jump after another man. Do you understand? So it is better and easier to get a younger lady to get married to. Okay, I'm not saying you cannot fall in love with an older lady, but understand that those things come with their own challenges. An older lady is already a lady who has discovered herself, who knows some things, who, is overthinking things, and she's not just going to flow with you like that. She has had experiences. Maybe, of course, the older you are, the higher chances that you probably have had even heartbreaks and all of that, and the higher chances that you have dated more men and you are comparing now. So comparison is even more on the older ladies. Why? Because of course, comparing John to Peter. When I was with John, John was more understanding, but Peter is not as understanding as John, and all of that. And you don't need all of this chaos in your marriage. So it is better. You're a young man of 30. Look for a girl in her early 20s, or in her late 20s, to get married to. It will help you. There's a lot, in the life of a woman. And for those who say, oh, but you are a woman, why are you saying this? This is why we're grooming young girls, okay? We groom you to understand that there's time for everything. The time you spend wasting on social media and following people who are directionless, you should rethink it and think of how to settle down. Marriage is not an achievement, it is an achievement. If you do things early and do things at the right time, you will enjoy your life. They tell you to pursue career, I tell you to pursue marriage. If it comes, grab it, take it, go into marriage, have your children, and in the later part of your life, you'll be grateful that you are not 40, 50, and that is when you have to now breastfeed. Those things have their challenges. The younger you are, the more threshold you have. The older you are, the more stress these things tell on you, and brings you down, even ages you faster than it should be. So I don't know who this helps, but I hope it helps someone.